Hey guys, Ben here, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today, it's another invention tips and tricks video, just a generic one, just, it's pretty simple, it's quite out there, but for people who, possibly don't know it, I'm going to showcase just what it is, give examples of items I actually use, and also, perks that I use as well, and things you should actually aim for. So yeah, let's get into it. So basically what you want to be doing, this involves fishing. Now this doesn't matter, you can do this at any fishing spot pretty much, so long as you have the rod available. So obviously you need 70 plus fishing, so obviously you've got access to the crystal fishing rod or the fishing rod O-matic. Now personally, you can go and do this, two different ways. It's still around about 500,000 invention experience per hour, give or take 450k depending on if you're siphoning the item and to which level you're actually siphoning this item. So I'm just going to quickly go in, and before we discuss more about that, we're just going to quickly talk about the materials. So you're going to need one fishing rod per one. You're going to need flexible components. Now, just literally unstrung bows or bows work perfectly for this. If you are getting into invention, you will probably have loads of these just from summoning patches, just from getting, powerful components and whatnot, just for like when you're actually making enhancers and whatnot for combat. You got your base parts, so obviously you'd be doing this, this is what you're going to be using for most things anyway, your weapons, your hilts, your shields, your bolts, all that good stuff. Then we're going to go to dexterous components. You need 6 of these, so this is your swords, your long swords. Again, you get multiple components from certain things, so obviously it's going to save a lot of time and money supposedly. And then obviously we've got swift components. Now for these I'll be using like throwing knives, you can use knives, claws, that sort of good stuff, and obviously buy what you think is the best cap and the best price for your money and how much you actually want to invest in the skill, because I've invested a lot of money into invention at the moment. I'd say 120 invention, around about 200 mil plus was spent, but you've got to imagine that I was making loads back as well, and I'm taking that all into account, so it's not just like a straight up 200 mil when you're actually going out there and doing practical things. Even with waterfall fishing, for example, when you eventually get to Prithvi and you can go to waterfall fishing, if you are doing this method, you can actually make quite a bit of money off the urchins you catch. But all round, if you're doing fishing normally, when you fish you make profit. It's not really, you don't really make a loss on it. You could say that with invention, yes, you do make a loss, but normally realistically you can get these components all yourself. Iron Man are able to do it. It's pretty simple to do, because when you're actually doing combat and gathering stuff, it all works in there. So I'm just going to manufacture a couple of these now. Now a good thing about the fishing rod O-matic is that it already comes with like a augmenter on it, so basically you don't need your crystal fishing rods and whatnot, if that makes sense. That's why I prefer to do this. If you're dismantling, I'd recommend just buying a crystal rod if you're siphoning. And now we're going to get into it, because I did skip over that and we do need to talk about that. So when you siphon an item, if you siphon the item at level 10, you'll get less XP than disassembling it, but basically when you siphon, there's like hardly a loss. You can buy siphons off the Grand Exchange, but they're not that expensive. They're around about 70 to 100k at the moment. They've dropped quite dramatically just because invention is slowly but surely, just making its way into its game as a fixed thing. Oh, look, a penguin. Look at that. Hey, getting distracted again. But yeah, so when you siphon, you get around 450 plus experience, and it reduces that item to level 1, and then you get the experience for it. I presume you lot know how it already works, but obviously if you disassemble it, then obviously you get the perks back, so obviously your gizmos and whatnot, but you actually lose the item but get more XP for it. If you want to get the same amount of XP, however, from, siphoning, you're like, Ben, can I just siphon and keep my item and weapon, fishing rod, for example? Yeah, of course you can. Literally, all you need to do is get that up to level 12 once you reach the requirements for it, and then you'll get the same amount of XP. It just takes a little bit longer, so this is going to be out of the range of per hour. I'd say about an hour and a half to 2 hours you'll be getting this, but remembering that this method is completely AFK. Obviously you'll have to go to the bank depending on what you're doing. So say for example, I'm going to be showcasing crystal fishing in this video. Obviously you can click once every 5 minutes just to kind of not log out, and also as well, it's just extremely AFK and it's great, you don't have to click back much. And generically with fishing in general, barbarian fishing for example, fishing monkfish, sharks, rocktails, all that good stuff, it's all slow anyway, so it's all AFK. Even lobsters, at a very early fishing level. But with invention and whatnot, because you need these requirements anyway, obviously we're not going to be starting, we're not going to really be doing that unless, for example, you're an Iron Man and you wanted to, you say, right, lobsters are a really decent food source, I'm going to take these lobsters and I'm going to, I'm going to fish loads, get my invention level up a little bit, and also that's, you know, food to cook, and it all fits in nicely. But anyway, guys, so I'm going to get into my bank now. Obviously, basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video, try and find all the perks, and also find the one that I don't have, because when I was actually creating the gizmos, unfortunately, I wasn't actually able to create another good perk that goes with it. So I'm just going to try and find that now, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so we're back. That was quick. So basically, yeah. So one of the perks you want to be getting is Wise. So, and the same equipment, I believe it's Seren items to actually get this. Don't quote me on it. I'm going to actually make a detailed video in the future, just with different things, how to create each perk and tool set. Just for tool gizmos, you know, weapon gizmos and armor gizmos. I'm going to be trying to just get a video up and just try and show how to get every single one. But that video is going to be extremely long, and that's something I'm going to be working on slowly but surely. But it's, you know, I've got a list at the moment of loads of videos I'm doing. So anyway, let's crack on with this one. So basically, we've got Wise 3 at the moment. While equipped, 1% per rank additional experience, up to 50,000 experience per day. So it's basically you just get extra experience on that skill you're training when it's equipped, which is absolutely wicked. And then we've got here Furnace, so it has a 5% chance per rank of consuming the gathered resource for an extra 100% experience on top. So that's absolutely awesome as well. And we've also got Honed 2, it has a 2% chance per rank, higher chance of successfully gathering items. So, you know, it's just faster experience, essentially faster levels up, and it all works together nicely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly skip over to crystal fishing, and we're just going to pretty much showcase it. Right, so we've arrived, guys. So yeah, you don't really need anything equipment wise. It would be cool to get the aura for fishing. I've actually got that in my bank. I might actually quickly fetch that out now. But yeah, I've also got the Fury Shark outfit as well. This isn't needed. You can just literally get the base set from Fish Flingers anyway, which pretty much does exactly the same thing. Especially with like crystal fishing, you don't need the consume option anyway, because you're much wanting your urchins just to, you know, get that little extra bit of money. So obviously Master Call of the Sea Aura, and this lasts for an hour. You can also boost this up to 2 hours with, I believe, 10 or 20 Visvacs. So it's also, you know, it's all really good stuff to do. Let's just quickly equip that. And yeah, you click once, and normally these spots, when you get into a rhythm of it, as long as you like click on it as soon as it appears, these normally last for about 5 to 7 minutes, or at least, I'm not entirely sure, you know, I've not googled this answer, but it seems to me where it's a good 5-7 minutes. So I always make sure before 5 minutes is up, I'll always click back onto my RuneScape, just literally hover over, click once, and then, you know, Bob's your uncle. You know, it's pretty much straight up AFKing 5 minutes straight each interval. Obviously the lower down you go, so for example, if you was doing lobsters, obviously you would be having to go back slightly more, because obviously you'd have to bank and you'd have to consider different things like that as well. But no, you know, here it's very good. So I do stress, I always stress to everyone, if you haven't already got to Priffy or Elf City, or however you like to call it, you know, get there as soon as possible. It's dead handy. You know, you can do so many more things here apart from fishing, but as soon as you hit this spot, you're pretty much set for 99. I actually thought when I was going for 99 fishing, it was going to be one of the slower ones in my opinion, because it, you know, just from past experiences. But as soon as this update came out, it kind of changed that. It became more of a, literally, it's more of an AFK skill now. You don't really bring fish or food into the game. It's more or less helps out with potions, juju fishing potions, which you can grind these urchins to make and sell, or you can always go down to the shop and get lamps for additional experience. But anyway, guys, I really do hope I've helped you out. If you've stuck with me this far, thank you so much. Hope I've helped you out. If I have, please give me a thumbs up and post a comment below. Like I say, I always respond to comments as soon as I get the notification for them. So yeah, I'm always up for a good chat. If you've got any questions about anything, just feel free to post them in the, like I say, comments below. I'll respond and try and help you as best as possible, and might even follow it up with a possible video. Who knows? It's just one of those things. But anyway, guys, you are great. I'd like to say hello to all my new subscribers once again, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit, and have a good day, and have a good day RuneScape. And if you're going to jump on and do some invention, I hope you bang it out and hopefully get that new 99 cape you want, that new 120 cape you want, or that just, you know, high score goal you want. Or do you want to beat your friend? Yeah, watch my videos and bang it out, and, you know, get that all sorted. But anyway, guys, I'll leave you to it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.